some sore bodies. Look, there's a couple of dead legs with Josh Adams, and Jonathan Davies got a bit of a whack on his knee. Obviously with Dan Bigger, it was a removal from the field. And apart from that, just guys are just a bit sore and battered really after a tough physical game.
We've got one in the centre here.
Warren, just on Dan, obviously that was a bit of a sickening blow he took. Was concussed last week. Was he actually concussed this week? Do you know that for sure?
He didn't do an HIA. It was just because of the contact. He was just removed from the field because of that. So, which means that he's not in consideration for Sunday, and then he'll have to go through the protocols, and we'll probably get someone to have a look at him as well.
I have a follow-up question here.
With that short turnaround in mind, then obviously the key question would be who is the backup 10. Obviously you've got Reece, but who would be the next 10 if you need someone off the bench?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably sit down as coaches and look at that and look at whether we go for some players are going to have to back up, particularly the backs, a couple of the backs maybe. So we may go for a 6-2 split, 6 forwards 2, and we've got some pretty quality nines who may look at that. Obviously, Hadley Parks was talked about, and Liam Williams. We've been running Hallam Amos a lot at 10 as well during trainings, and he's looked pretty sharp there too. So we'll just weigh those options up in terms of who we think can do a good job for us. I think Gareth Davies went on the wing today. We talked about whether that was him or Thomas, but he did a good job for us too. So we've got players who would be a little bit unfamiliar, but we have been running players at training, covering those positions, and with the short turnaround, we need to freshen some players up, and hopefully we're good enough to be able to do a job on Sunday to secure this group.
Question in the centre.
Hi Warren, just quickly on Jonathan Davies and Josh Adams, have you got any fears about them longer term, the knocks they took, or how are they looking?
No fears, no. I mean, Josh just took just a dead leg basically, and Jonathan just with his knee as well, the same sort of thing. So, but you never know with knees. So probably we'll get them assessed tomorrow when all the players go and have a review of today.
Warren, 2 tries down after 7 minutes. I wonder in the coaching box what was going through your head, and out on the field, Alan, yourself as well at that point?
Look, we knew Fiji were going to be tough. They were very good in the last 15 minutes or so against Georgia, started really well against Australia, and they've got some absolute world-class athletes. So for us it was disappointing to concede a penalty right from the start of the game, and then they've scored off that. So look, I would have taken from 10-0 down to finish with a bonus point win. I thought that showed some great character of the side. We've started the first 2 games really well, and then we're behind by 10 points, 2 tries down to none down, and then we've got ourselves back into it, and like I said, and I thought finished really strongly as well. So tough, but some real character displayed out there. Particularly how hard and physical that game was.
We have a Japanese question here. Just bear with us for a second.
すいません、地元の大分県のメディアのものですけれども、準々決勝で再びここ大分で戻ってきて試合をしていただくと思うんですが、そのことについてはどう思いますか？
Look, we've been incredibly well hosted. We've stayed in Beppu, and coming back to Oita, it's a fantastic stadium. It's very hard and fast out there. I thought the atmosphere of the game was brilliant. So, you know, we're really, really excited to come back and to be involved in the quarterfinals here, and particularly having already experienced playing in the stadium. I think hopefully that's going to be you know, an advantage for us.
Right, we've got one at the front here. Thank you.
Alan, what was your reaction to that? And ultimately, were you quite pleased with the way that you came through in the end and the character you showed?
Yeah, I think obviously pleased with the result. We knew Fiji were going to be dangerous, as they always are, but more dangerous in the fact they probably had nothing to lose coming into this one. You know, they started the game with a worldy offload, and we hit ourselves then early on an early pen, and they got territory. And they're difficult to stop, but to turn two deficits into both halves and have two yellows and still get a result with the four tries is pleasing. But you know, there's by no means was it perfect, and there's plenty to work on moving forward, and that's a decent place to be.
You've got a follow-up question?
Warren, at this stage there appears to be a bit of confusion about the England-France game, whether it's going to go ahead, whatever's happening with that. I just wondered, given that they're your likely quarter-final opponents, what's your take on that and how it's going to impact them?
I don't know anything about it. Sorry, waste of question. I don't know. I haven't been following what other groups are doing. We've just been concentrating on ourselves. So, you know, I've only heard a whisper about that, but nothing. I don't think nothing confirmed. I mean, from our point of view, we are probably we've got another game to go. It's really important for us that we don't slip up. But you know, in all likelihood, it's probably France in the quarterfinals.
Now, did you want to go ahead? Yeah, we'll go with you.
Just a word on Josh Adams. Obviously, missed a couple of tackles early on for the first two tries, but then ended up scoring a hat-trick. What did you make of him today?
Yeah, I thought he was very good. I wouldn't blame anyone on missing sort of a tackle like that. He's missed the first one, and someone's missed the second one, and then great finish in the corner. So, but I thought he was the way that he finished those opportunities. That he was unlucky on one. It was touch and go. But the way he finished some of those tries, you know, that's a real skill that he has to get across the line and to do what he does. You know, I think that second one was a great finish, and I thought he had, you know, an outstanding game. Some good footwork, and you know, he's definitely been a real find for us over the last year or so.
So I have a Japanese reporter with the question there. Thank you.
じゃあガトランドさんにラグビーライターの吉田ですけど、今日フィジー相手に結構フェーズアタックの中でもフォワードを縦に入れるような場面も多かったと思いますけど、フィジー相手にするときってああいう戦い方をしたいなっていうのは考えてたんでしょうか。
Do you understand the question? What do you mean by go vertically?
フォワードを結構フェーズアタックの中でもフォワードもしっかり前にボール持たせてコンタクトする場面も多かったですけど、フィジー相手にああいう戦い方をしたいなっていうふうに考えてたんですか。
Yeah, you know, definitely part of the tactic against Fiji and was that we wanted to work their forwards and to make them tackle and to keep the ball on the park as much as we possibly could. When there were opportunities, we wanted to scrummage them and to drive line-outs as well. So, and we felt we got some reward towards the end of the first half. There was a number of their tight forwards who seemed to be struggling with the pace of the game, and we're walking a little bit. Yeah, so definitely it was about trying to tire them out as much as we possibly could. And again, I thought our fitness showed how hard we've worked in the camps and the games leading up to this competition, and I thought we looked strong and finished strongly towards the end of the game.
Okay, we've got time for one more question, just right in the centre. Thank you.
Warren, you're in the World Cup quarterfinals. How does that feel? And what more have you got to do in this competition?
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted. I mean, I think everyone's fear is to try and get out of your pool, and if you do that, then it's about taking one game at a time. And yeah, so you know, we know that a lot of those teams that we've played, we've had some pretty good success in the last 18 months or so in terms of this team. They've shown some great character. They've played in games where we've dominated and played in games where we've come from behind and showed some great composure as well. And so I thought today was one of those games. You know, it's knockout stage now. So you know, after the Uruguay game on Sunday, I just want to stress that we can't start thinking about quarterfinals. We know we're in the quarterfinal, but we've got a job to do on Sunday, and there's an opportunity for players on Sunday to put their hand up and stake a claim for a quarterfinal berth, or perhaps potentially later on in this tournament.
Right, leave it there. Thank you very much to Warren and Alan for coming along. The mixed zone will start shortly. Safe travels to Wales to Kumamoto.
Thank you.